welcome to the first installment of the Minecraft Safety Advisory. I'm here to tell you how to play this game of Minecraft safely. The first hazard you may encounter during your adventures in Minecraft can be found in the ocean. Anywhere. One of these hazards is the pufferfish. When touched by a pufferfish, or getting anywhere near the range of said pufferfish, you take poison damage. It only deals like a half heart at a time, but if you keep getting hit into by the pufferfish, you will eventually perish. Pufferfish, if you have a bucket filled with water, can also be put in a bucket, giving you the achievement Tactical Fishing. But be careful while gathering these pufferfish, because you can also run out of air bubbles and drown while gathering said pufferfish. The safe way to tackle pufferfish is to either avoid them or to bucket them before they have a chance to get to you. For example, and do not place them down on the ground next to you, because if you do, as just demonstrated, you will be standing here, you place them down next to you, and you get hit. So be careful where you place a pufferfish. This is lava. Lava, while orange, shiny, and very tempting to touch looking, should not, under any circumstances, be touched. If you do decide to touch lava, bad things happen, which will be demonstrated after another convenient point. Lava can be placed in buckets, and the buckets can be placed anywhere. When lava is placed, it will flow downwards as far as it can, burning anything it touches. That can be burnt. Lava is very dangerous, and if you touch it, this is what happens. Yep. You don't normally die instantly. I was only on 2 hearts. Be careful around lava. The next hazard we will discuss is silverfish. Silverfish can be found within these underground fortresses. This is the fortress where you can find the end portal so that you can get to the end dimension. However, in these fortresses also contains a deadly creature, besides other deadly creatures, one of which is the silverfish. These stone bricks, these ones are cracked stone bricks. These ones are mossy, these ones are normal. You'd think, but there are infested stone bricks. They look this one over here is infested. This one, which breaks really slow, and you see how the infested one breaks? This one breaks really slow and is real, but that one is fake. It's infested. And what infested means is that when you break it, sorry, one second, a silverfish spawns. Well, most of the time. Ta-da! A silverfish spawns. Silverfish are tiny, menacing creatures who wiggle really, really fast with their little tiny cute tails. And they chase you around, and they can get you really quick. If you kill a silverfish in a room with infested stone brick, let's see if I can find any more. That one, they're perishing because of the wall. If you are in a room full of infested stone brick, as you saw, that one broke without me doing it. That means more silverfish will come in to attack you. If you get rid of one, more spawn from the stone brick to come and get you. So let's see if we can get an example here. Nope, not getting an example today. But that is what happens, and I will now demonstrate what happens if you're attacked by a pile of silverfish. As you can see, this is an example of silverfish problems. You get rid of one, and more spawn. And then, when enough spawn, you keep killing them, but more keep spawning from the giant pile of infested stone brick you just placed until you're cornered, and this happens. So the best way to avoid this is to not break walls in end fortresses. More hazards you may encounter in a daily Minecraft situation can include skeletons. Skeletons have bows and arrows, and really sometimes good aim and sometimes bad aim. You can kind of dodge them normally by doing what I'm doing here, but this is what they look like, and they are very dangerous if caught out because they do a lot of damage at once. Another possible enemy that you may face in the night time of Minecraft is a zombie. Zombies are kind of slow, assuming they're grown-up zombies, but they can come in hordes and be very dangerous, and they can also, same thing with skeletons, hit pretty hard if they do hit you. Another fierce enemy, not him, is, not you, great, okay, We might have to come back for our other two fierce enemies because there are so many skeletons here. This is what happens. Skeletons, the best way to avoid skeletons and zombies, by the way, is usually just running away from them or getting a really good sword. And being a really good fighter at the same time. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, here's another possible enemy you may encounter. A spider. While massive and possibly inducing arachnophobia, they chase you with their little 6 wiggly legs, and they stare at you, and they can climb. Spiders can climb walls. So if you go up somewhere, they're just going to climb right up it after you. And our last enemy is a creeper. If a creeper comes into contact with you for too long, they're slow and they don't shoot at you, but if a creeper comes into contact with you for too long, I'd love to show you, but I think, explodes. The best way to avoid all of these is mostly by avoiding or slaying. Another possible hazard that you could come along in Minecraft, in Spruce Forest specifically, is berry bushes. They look safe and unassuming, and they can provide a good source of food. However, turning yourself to if you are playing in survival mode, this is what happens. You can still get berries though, but this is what happens if you step in one. They deal slowly half a heart of damage every time you move. You can stand still, no damage. You move, damage. Not good. The longer you stand in a berry bush pile, the more damage you take. And you could be slain by a sweet berry bush. I was poked to death by a sweet berry bush. These things can happen. Don't step in berry bushes. If you eventually find yourself within a woodland mansion in Minecraft, the massive buildings you might find in any sort of forest, you can encounter many dangers, including vindicators, gray-skinned villager creatures who chase you with axes and you can die in like one hit. But one of the many foes that you can also face within these woodland mansions is an evoker. Evokers are guys who have magic hands and spawn Vex. Vex are tiny winged flying mad-faced fairies who can deal a lot of damage in one hit, and if you find one, you are most likely going to perish. Vex can be faced by fighting them off or running away and wait until they despawn. However, the evoker, if you are in the room with said evoker for a long period of time, will eventually, spawn more and more and more and more. And they get angry, and then they take their little tiny swords and their little tiny wings, and you run in and you want to face them, and you're like, I'm gonna face you. But what happens is he just spawns more. In fact, you go to spawn him, and he spawns up these cactus things. So you kind of have to focus on him and then run away. These are the things that happen when you are in a woodland mansion. These are some of the many dangers that you can encounter in a woodland mansion. Avoiding Vex is very difficult. And it's easier just to not face them at all, or to run away till they despawn and get the evoker. But not all hazards in Minecraft are ones that spawn naturally. Some of them you create yourself. For example, by taking 4 soul sand and placing them in this shape, and 3 wither skulls, you can spawn the wither. I'm not going to place the 3rd head yet, because there's a few things I want to explain to you before the chaos that's going to ensue. Withers, when they spawn, blast out these wither skulls that destroy anything in their path. And I mean anything. That's probably going down. These are probably going. And it will fly around the world. And if it gets too high up and you don't have wings, I guess it's staying up there. It is a boss, so it spawns a boss bar at the top. It has a lot of health. At the first stage, you can use any weapon against it. And at the second stage, you can only use swords. The wither would also produce the withering effect, which will gradually decrease your hearts until you die. And will make them black. You can get rid of this with a milk bucket, but it's going to do it again so fast sometimes it's not worth it. Withers can... Actually, a good method to kill wither is with iron golems, because they do a lot of damage to said wither. So, time to find out how the wither works, huh? Here he is. One of the most fearsome foes of Minecraft. If you kill a wither successfully, you get a nether star, which can be used to create a beacon, which helps, in mining and other things like that. A bunch of other stuff. And when he blows up as soon as he spawns. Another possible danger you might encounter. To give ourselves a bit of interest, we're going to chase after that thing in creative mode. Let's get it. Actually, for the sake of it, I will turn myself back to survival. Here he is. You can hit him. Those are his wither skulls that are going to destroy literally anything and everything. And a lot of stuff. He is very, very dangerous. And now I am withered. I think I can get rid of that with a milk bucket. Let's check. Yep, there we go. And these are the things that happen. You can kind of dodge him. It's actually better to put him in like a tunnel underground where he can only break the things in front of you, and you can set the iron golems on him. I think is a pretty efficient method. This is not how you should do it, especially if there are other people in the world. It will destroy everything. So just, yeah. Don't spawn the Wither unless you're prepared to take it on. One of the final hazards that you may encounter is if you come to an ancient city, a place within the deep dark, where everything is very dangerous. The things you see in front of me, wiggling their tails, are what I think are called shriekers. If I move around said shriekers, they light up and make noise. We love noise, being so noisy, noisy, which relates sound to those shriekers over there. More shriekers, those ones right there, where the crosshair on the screen is. And that is what takes the sound. If you make enough sound, you summon the warden. There we go. That's a demonstrated shrieker. And that's the sign of the warden. Your screen goes dark and you cannot see anything. If I placed a torch right now, it wouldn't help. I have no idea where the warden is. Love to see him so I could show him to you. But I have no idea where he is. But he's made my screen completely dark and there's nothing I can do about it. This is what I get to see. Where is the warden? He will follow me based off the sound I make. So if I make sound, I can shift or place walk on wool blocks to not make as much sound. But if I like announce, oh, I'm over here, yeah, I'm so cool, I'm over here, so awesome, is that him? Oh, he's definitely near. Again, can't see a thing. You probably can't see a thing, neither can I. So I've just backed myself into a corner. Let's see the warden. Get over here, buddy. I'm pretty sure you can hear me jump. Break things. Come on, get over here. Face me. Where are you? I cannot see a thing. He's here. He's big. There he is. He's big. He's got a glowing horns and a glowing thing, and he hits you on one hit. And if he is far enough away, he will sonic blast you and do the same. The warden is best to be avoided by walking quietly. These were some of the mini hazards you may encounter in Minecraft. There are a lot more that I didn't mention at all, but those are some of the ones that you might see in my videos or out of my videos. I don't think there are any more hazards, unless you have opinions about some creatures. Like Tabitha here. Is Tabitha a hazard? I don't think so. Tabitha doesn't even take any fall damage. She's just an adorable, cute cat. Are there more hazards? Maybe. But not to be mentioned in this video. Now, side note on this video. Ham. This video is a non-serious safety advisory about Minecraft dangers. There are more than mentioned on this video. Many more ways to defeat / run away from said enemies. Purpose of this video is to provide evidence you should not touch the pretty orange stuff. This video is specifically intended for me here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And maybe not Tabitha, because she lives in this place, but she's adorable. Remember to be safe, and always remember to never look at the Enderman in the eyes.